throwing events, it is important that coaches follow good risk management protocols. Before starting any track and field program, coaches should ensure that they have adequate liability insurance, athletes have completed proper waiver forms, arrange for specific practice times, and no throwing occurs outside of this set time. There should never be unsupervised practice. Coaches should coach proper technique to minimize the risk of injury. Practice and competition protocols should ensure all athletes throw in an orderly manner. The throwing area is properly portioned off from other athletes and spectators. Implements are never thrown back when retrieving. Throwing circles and runways are free from debris and safe. Athletes and officials are aware that wet grass can cause implements to skid unpredictably. Safety measures must be followed at all times during javelin practice and competition. The javelin should always be carried with the point down perpendicular to the ground. In order for the javelin throw to be legal, the javelin must land tip down and the athlete cannot step on the throwing line. There are 3 ways of holding the javelin: American, finish, fork. In all positions, the javelin must be placed in the fold of the hand. It is really a matter of comfort in selecting grip. The athlete holds the javelin with the proper grip. The athlete pulls over the top of the head. This drill can also be done with a light medicine ball or throwing ball. The athlete can start the drill without the javelin. The emphasis is on planting the front leg and pushing the hips up and over a straight front leg by extending and turning the back leg and hip. The javelin may now be added to the drill. In the standing throw, the javelin should be held slightly above the throwing shoulder, with the non-throwing arm extended towards the direction of the throw. Drop and turn the right leg into the block to create torque, or a torso whip that flings the javelin. Once the back leg is fully extended, then the arm strike occurs. The thrower leads with the shoulder, with the elbow high and close to the midline of the body. The arm does not throw the javelin. It simply holds it and the body flings the arm. The elbow and hand follow the shoulder to create a whipping action upon release. The javelin is released when the arm reaches the top of the arc, over the head and in front of the body. Now the athlete will add speed to the throw by adding a crossover. The key point in the crossover is for the athlete to push forcefully off the front foot, initiating the crossover. The athlete drives the back knee forward as the front foot initiates the crossover. The hips and feet must remain facing the front. The front shoulder should remain closed and not turn. Athletes may use 1 to 4 crossovers depending on comfort level. However, with each crossover, deceleration occurs. For the approach run, the javelin should be held more or less parallel to the ground. A typical approach run for a high school athlete should have about 8 to 12 running strides with 3 to 7 crossovers. In the drawback, the palm of the throwing hand must remain facing up. The javelin should be drawn straight back in line with the throwing direction, with the hand staying above the shoulder. The athlete should not alter running style during the drawback. The feet, hips, and head should still face the throwing direction. Let's now take a look at the full throw, putting all of the elements together. The thrower will start the approach with elbow up and forward. The athlete will run at a speed that they can control, ensuring proper delivery of the javelin. The drawback is initiated prior to the crossover. As the back leg is landing, the plant leg shoots straight through to the front. As this is happening, the back leg is forcefully extending as the back foot is turning and driving the hips forward. From this position, the javelin is propelled forward as a result of a transfer of momentum. The ideal angle of release will depend on wind conditions, but generally should be about 33 to 40 degrees from the ground.
Well, I think if the athletes follow these progressions, these easy progressions, it will help them learn the biomechanics of each step in a safe and easy manner to allow them to have fun and progress naturally.